everyone. Welcome back to this episode of the Auto Detailing Podcast. I'm Jimbo, your host, of course. And today what we're going to be talking about is kind of gearing up for the slow season, or how to make sure you get ahead of this slow season or winter or whatever you may call it. And I feel bad because a lot of you have it a lot worse than I do out in Southern California. But nonetheless, how do you kind of prepare? How do you kind of weather the storm, literally and figuratively, that may be coming, maybe not. It may not be coming for you at all. Winter may be your busiest time of year. Maybe you figured it out. But I remember for myself, as we kind of went through the first couple winters when I was young in business and trying to get creative with things to do. And one of the main things, it's kind of an overarching theme that I think is very important in just running a proper business properly, is the fact that you need to, one, have a customer list and a customer database, but also you really need to plan and prepare. In my office or my warehouse studio space that I obviously haven't always had, I have a giant calendar of each month, and I try to plan out everything, and I look for holidays that are coming up or events that are coming up, and really, whether you want to look at it from a year out and break it down into quarters, and then those quarters into months, and then those months into weeks, and those weeks into days, whatever it is. But when we gain a perspective of a wider lens perspective of, say, the quarter of the year, that really helps to break down and begin the implementation of certain things that you want to accomplish in that quarter, which obviously plays its role in the year as a whole. So as we come up on this last quarter, in fact, we already have, I will say real quick, a real tip that has really helped me is in this like quarter of the year thing, which I'll be honest was very foreign to me a while, or when I first started my detailing business. But I recently picked up, I'm a big fan of like goal setting and writing stuff down, or writing your goals down more specifically. And as my life has gotten a little crazier, not just with business and work, but also with life in general, kids and family and stuff, I've realized that planning my days and planning my weeks and planning my quarters and my years with goals or whatever is becoming ever increasingly more needed as complexity and just an overwhelming amount of activities come into my life. So one thing that I implemented, let's see, probably 5 quarters ago. Yeah, 5 quarters ago. So that would be almost, coming up on a year and a half ago. A guy that I follow that I really liked, I followed for a while. His name is Michael Hyatt. You may have heard of him before. He is an author, speaker, whatever. But he also created a planner, a daily planner, and it's called the Full Focus Planner. This is not an affiliation or anything. It's just a tool that I use. So this is along with my Google Calendar, which is my digital life. I have a physical daily planner that goes in accordance with the quarters of the year. And then what I did is I signed up for his, you could call it a continuity program, you could call it a reoccurring whatever. But I have automated to get one planner every quarter. And again, so every quarter I get a new planner sent to me, and the inside the planner are daily sheets and then weekly sheets as well, and even monthly sheets, but on a quarterly basis. And it really helps, one, I think, break down a wide scope to a really, a daily thing. This is where I write my goals and my big 3 important tasks of the day and other tasks and notes, and it has an hour-by-hour schedule in it. Looks really fancy, looks really nice, and so that kind of helps keep me on track. Even when I miss, days here or there, I can get right back on track, but it also keeps me incongruent with the quarters of the year, which is helpful. So maybe that was a big, long tangent to tell you. It just helps me keep in line with the quarters of the year. And so as we are, let's see, I can tell you right here, we are in week 6 of the last quarter of the year, at least at the time of this recording. And so we're coming up on Thanksgiving. We're coming up on, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever else you may celebrate around this time of year, New Year's, and a lot of things in between. It's a very, very busy time of year. And so the encouragement that I want to talk about in this podcast episode is to make sure that you're taking advantage of these things. And so take advantage of, and this is one thing I need to get much better with the podcast, which I realize has been kind of is more infrequent as of late. But one thing that I encourage you guys to do, and I've been slowly hacking at this in one area of my life at a time, is preparing for the seasons or preparing for the events that may be coming up. And so when it relates to detailing in your detailing business, any opportunity that you can take advantage of, I guess for lack of a better term, take advantage of to as an excuse to talk to your customers is a really great opportunity. And especially during this time, it's a great time to reach out to your customers because they're probably looking for gifts to give to other people. And so gift cards are a great way to pre-sell services to help cash flow for you and also reach new potential clients and also reach out to old ones. And so they may be looking for the gift for their father-in-law, their secret Santa, their spouse, their whatever. And it may be a great opportunity to do that, especially with COVID going around and all that. Oh, what's crazy and sanitize this and sanitize that. Maybe a really great opportunity. And you may come at a perfect time to reach out to your customer base, and they may be looking for a detail to give to someone. And so the point is don't do as I've done so often that I'm getting better at now and wait till the last minute to implement these things. Implement them now and create a plan of action now. Create, a sequence of emails or text to send to customers now that you could either send right away or you could send as we get closer to some of these holidays or whatever frequency you want to do or ideas you want to do. Right now is a great opportunity and a great time to send some emails, schedule some text, reach out by phone or call or whatever to those people. And as I just said that, I remembered someone that I need to follow up with. So I'll jot that down in my planner. So now is a great time. Sorry, I had to jot that down before I forgot it. So now is a great time to start implementing that stuff. So 10 days of Christmas, leading up to Christmas, definitely I would start reaching out, maybe set up a Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal. I mean, when we think about Black Friday and Cyber Monday, those are completely made up things that have just been naturally adopted, right? Because of good deals or what people think they're getting as good deals or whatever. But those are straight up made up marketing tactics to get people to separate from their money. And so we can borrow from those ideas and even harness those ideas to create our own marketing plans, right? And to have our own Black Friday or our own Cyber Monday deal or our own, Friday discount deal or Friday detail or I don't know, something you could think of for the month of December, right? Where maybe you're not, you're pitching an offer and you're obviously trying to sell something, but wrapped up in that offer, you're giving valuable information, right? So, as you gear up for the holidays and you're at, I don't know, I'm trying to make stuff up off the spot, but you could talk about the importance of sanitizing or how you have an ozone machine to kill the germs and sanitize after you've been to multiple households or give that, Secret Santa something that is most important this year, whatever. You can create your own kind of spiel. But the point is in this podcast, not the spiel itself, but rather to start implementing a plan around that spiel. So whatever you may be wanting to do, sell gift cards, get clients, whatever the case may be, now is a great time to just start laying that out. And another way that I love to do this, which I also have sitting in my office, is a whiteboard. And a whiteboard is great for kind of just strategizing a ton of things or laying out what you need to have done. So on my whiteboard right now is just my separate, businesses that I have going on, and then what needs to be done in each one of those businesses. And so I have that on my whiteboard right now. That whiteboard has also seen strategy sessions, and it's also been a blank canvas for my inspiration board and a slew of other things. So I would definitely suggest getting a whiteboard as well. But if you don't have a whiteboard, you could use your computer and you can use a white piece of paper or whatever. How you implement it isn't as important as actually implementing it itself. So with that, I just wanted to encourage you guys to actually get some ideas down and start really laying out and have that overarching viewpoint of the strategies that you want to lay out to get your business through the winter or through this time. So I would encourage you guys to do that. Of course, if you need help with any of that, we have the Detailer Inner Circle. We have scripts. We have a text messaging platform. We do bi-weekly calls, coaching calls, Q&A calls where you can call in and ask. This subject is something that we briefly touched on. Actually, I briefly touched on here. We went way more in depth with some really good strategies on our last coaching call or private podcast, whatever you want to call it. So if you want more information for that, you could check out detailerinnercircle.com. And I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.